Are you overextending yourself? Giving so much of yourself to everyone and everything that you end up burnt out or exhausted? The more we chase after something, the more we rush after it and run after it, the further away it gets. But when we surrender it to life and love, when we let it go and let it flow, that's when things will manifest more easily. My name is Angela Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach. I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse, and I also offer twin flame and spiritual guidance. This is the thing, we're always doing too much. We're trying so hard to get the results that we want. We think that we have to give all of ourselves in order to succeed. But we end up fucked up. We end up burnt out. And the way I see it is like we're literally like we're squeezing out all of what we have. It's like pushing that last bit out of the tube of toothpaste. Do you know what I mean? And we're giving. And all we're getting in return is depletion, burnout, exhaustion, and no results. You know what I mean? The thing that we want the most is getting further and further away. So the secret to anything is to literally surrender. We're so rigid. Oh my God, everything has to be a certain way. Everything has to be this way or it won't go right. But have you noticed that the more rigid you are and the more you try and do it perfect, the less you're getting any results, or you're not seeing what you want to see. And I've noticed this, and I've mentioned this already over the last few weeks. We're being really guided here to let the fuck go. Just let it go. Let go of the need. Let go of that desperation. The way we manifest is by, we do have to take action. We manifest by visualization, by imagination, by creating the life we want through our thoughts. And yes, we do have to take action steps. But we end up taking so many action steps that everything we want evades us. It just disappears. It just goes further and further away. It's like we're running after it, and it's like running away from us because, like, what the fuck? That one's desperate. This is the energy we're giving out. We're literally just doing too much, and it's like, oh my God, you get so underappreciated when you give everything, because everyone takes you for granted. It's like, oh, she'll do everything, you know what I mean? Or they'll do everything. And it's just like, I don't need to give anything back. Or, this person will do all the things. And like, we feel, when we do things like this and when we overextend ourselves, we actually feel undervalued and underappreciated. But yet we don't stop. Like, why are we're such creatures of, we have to be doing all the time. I'm blue in the face by saying being is doing. We need to take time. We need to be more flexible. We need to just really go with the flow. Go with the flow. Because, we hit obstacles, we hit challenges, we hit this one thing after the other. And we get so fixated on trying to fix something. Let it go. And just trust life. It is what it is. And I've really started to live by this lately. Is just literally just relax. It's like, if you go with the flow, it's like taking off that heavy backpack. It's like, it's such a weight lifted. You know what I mean? I was really overextending myself, over the last few months especially. I went through bouts of stress, exhaustion, and I am exhausted. I'm getting up at 5 o'clock Monday through Thursday, and I'm wrecked in the afternoon. And like, I know I don't need to be getting up that early, but I love getting my stuff done early. But I've learned now to be more flexible. You know what I mean? I'm not rushing in the mornings. I'm literally getting up and I'm doing my exercise, I'm doing my meditation, and I'm just literally waiting. I'm going with the flow of the day. I'm on my own timing. I get my appointments are they're at a certain time where I get everything else done first. So now I'm kind of just being more flexible, being more flowy. You know what I mean? Just go with the flow, man. And what I love about this, and I mentioned this in a video last week, you know what I mean? I was getting like, with the algorithm on Facebook, I was getting like up to 200,000 views per month. Do you know what I mean? That's a lot. But what I've noticed is, because I took a step back and I'm just doing a little bit less. Do you know, I'm doing a lot anyway, but I'm just doing a little bit less, or I'm putting my energy into different directions. My interactions and my views have gone down by 42%, but my followers have gone up. I started to give a little bit less, and now the right people are coming towards me because the energy is different. You know what I mean? Like, when I was giving everything, giving my all, there was more people watching, but no one gave a shit. You know, no one cared. It wasn't the right people. Now I'm giving, this is another thing, I'm giving less, but I'm giving more. What I mean by that is that I'm actually giving more, there's more heart, or there's more effort into the smaller things, if you get me. Instead of like, we overextend ourselves, we have 10 things to do, and these 10 things are half-assed in a sense, because we're too tired to put our full potential into these things because there's so many fucking things to do. Reduce the things, and you can actually put more energy into those things. So isn't it better to have a few amazing things instead of 10 half-assed things? That's what I'm learning to do. And it's literally letting go of the need for an external result. And that's the beauty of manifestation, you know, especially, and even when it comes to love as well. You know, your twin flame connection, it runs away, it just keeps going further away, because all you're doing is fucking chasing it in this codependent desperation, need for validation energy, right? But when you let go, do your work, do your inner work, do your healing, it literally comes to you. And I love this with manifestation as well. Like, you know, you literally say to the universe, I want this. You take some baby steps towards it, and then let the universe take the other 10 steps. But if you're literally saying to yourself, I want this, but like the universe, I don't trust the universe, so I'm going to do everything in my power to try and get this, and I'm going to fucking die in the process, it's not going to work. Everything is just going to go further and further and further away. And it's just literally that surrender to everything in life. You know, and like a simple thing of, you know, things going wrong. Oh my God. Like, we are so fixated on, or, you know, obsessed with things that don't even matter. You know what I mean? We get so, oh my God, we get so angry over stupid little things. You know, I used to have really bad anger issues, really bad. I'm so calm now, I love it. But like, you know, a simple thing of the computer not working, or, you know, a little bit of a glitch in the system, I'd be so frustrated, like so blood-boilingly angry. And why? Why are we so stressed over shit that doesn't matter? You know what I mean? The way I do things as well is like, literally ask yourself, is this going to kill me? Or is it going to affect me in 5 years' time? Because if it's not important, it's not that important if you can answer no to both of those questions. It really isn't. So why are we getting so angry about things? Why are we getting so worked up about things that don't really matter? You know what I mean? And why are we so, why are we overdoing things? We're like, I think we're less appreciated the more we give. I'm sorry, but I've started to notice that. You know what I mean? Because you're given, like, and that's the need for validation. That's the kind of thing I was trying to you know, figure out there the other day. It's like, literally, we're giving for love. And like, you know, that's what it is. You know, we think that we have to give every part of ourselves to get the results we want, to get the validation we want, to get the appreciation we want. And shit is the thanks we get. All we get is burnout. All we get is exhaustion. That's all we get. And I was just like, why am I doing this? Why am I overextending myself for another person's approval? And that's effectively what it is. Like, I didn't even realize this, but on an unconscious level, what we're doing is we feel so unworthy that we have to give all of ourselves for, you know, in hopes that we'll be validated. But it's not going to work like that. Unless you validate yourself, unless you appreciate yourself, unless you actually say to yourself, I don't need to give everything right now, because my bare minimum is enough. And I realize that. You know, I hate saying bare minimum because it sounds like I'm doing nothing. But what I mean by bare minimum is, like, instead of giving all of everything to everyone, give a small bit that's really, really, you put a lot of energy into. So a small thing that's a better creation, in a sense, to a smaller number of people. Isn't that better? Do you know what I mean? You're not helping anyone if you're half-assing something. And like, you know, it mightn't sound like, you know, you mightn't think that you're half-assing things because you're obviously exhausted. You're putting everything in, and you're not half-assing everything. You're literally just overextending yourself that there's less quality gone into the things. As I said, if you do 10 things with less quality or 5 things with bigger quality, that's the difference. And isn't it more important to reach 1 or 2 people and make a difference in their lives than worry about helping 200,000 people? Like, obviously, in the bigger picture of things, that's what we want to do. We want to help the world. But you help the world by helping one person. First of all, you help the world by helping yourself. And how are you supposed to help the world if you're exhausted, if you're burnt out, if you don't have the energy to put your all into something? How are you going to do that? It's just not going to happen. So if you instead of emptying your cup, fill your cup, and then decide where you can put your energy in a more mindful way, in a sense. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you're no good to anyone or yourself if you burn out. You're no good. You know what I mean? And as I said, no one is going to appreciate you because there's the wrong, I don't know what it is, but the right people aren't going to find you. Because I don't know what it is with energy, but like literally, you're in an energy of desperation and need for validation. And you're literally in that energy, you're sending a vibration out that you're in a lack. That you're lacking something. You know, because like we're constantly concentrating on what we don't have, what we want but don't have. But that's a negative vibration. What you have now is enough, and giving all of yourself is not good for anyone, because you know the right people aren't getting your full potential or aren't getting your best bits or your best qualities, and that's a fact. Do you know what I mean? So isn't it better to, you know, make it smaller, make it easier, but make it more, you know, make it have more quality, if you get me. You know what I'm saying? It is literally, and it's so much. This is the energy, like effectively this is the energy we're in. We're constantly like this, constantly like in this fucking tight tension energy, running after the things we want. Let go. Like if you do that for a minute, if you squeeze for a minute, squeeze your fists and then just let go. Feel the energy just completely lighten. That's what we're doing. We're living our lives like fucking this. And then if you go into surrender, it's like, oh wow, that feels like fucking airy. And that's what you want. And like I have fierce tension in my shoulders. But like I notice myself as well. I'll be sitting, you know, I'm working on my laptop or something, and I'm like this. My body is like in this tense mode. And every so often I have to go, Jesus Christ, girl, will you relax? Do you know what I mean? And I actually have to unclench myself. And it's like this, it's like the energy of fight or flight all the time. We're kind of going, oh my God, you know, tense all the time. And it's just like, let go. Let the fuck go. You know, and people get triggered when you say let it go. Let it fucking go. And I don't mean I'm not there. What do I mean by let it go? Let go of the things that don't fucking matter. You know what I mean? Why are we so fucking fixated on things from the past or things from the future? Let go. All you have is right now. You know, and we're burning ourselves out thinking too far ahead. We're burning ourselves out worried about the past. We're burning ourselves out worrying. Stop fucking worrying. You know what I mean? You have the ability to create the life you want if you surrender to it. You know, and this is one of the biggest things in the twin flame connection. And I've said this before, you have to surrender. You know, if we're in teenage mode fucking energy, literally like insecure, and it's the same fucking concept. You know, everything comes from the heart chakra. Our heart chakra needs to be open in order for us to attract love or attract manifestations or, you know, miracles and abundance. But like, you know, if we're in this insecure energy, the lack of self-worth, we don't think we're good enough. So we're literally trying to give all of ourselves to, you know, your career or your love interest, and it's literally you look fucking desperate. Do you know what I mean? How many times I'm saying to the television, Jesus, reel it back in, like, you know, when a girl is like a little bit too much. But you know what I mean? It's like literally reel it back in, let it go. Stop running after something because it's literally running away from you. Surrender. Let go and let God in a sense. But like for me, it's like let go and let the universe. Because when you let go, the universe will take those steps that you are overstepping. Yeah, sorry, sometimes the English doesn't work in my head. It's all in here, but it doesn't come out right. But like, literally, we're just, when you accept life as it is, accept that all we have is right now, take it easy. You know, we're so much rushing for tomorrow, but all we have is right now. Tomorrow's not promised. The past is gone. All you have is the present moment. So just be in it. Be in that moment. And do everything you can to make that moment the best moment of your life. You know what I mean? You know, as I said, like, instead of overextending yourself, do something smaller, but do it well. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can put so much into something if you actually take a little bit back. And I know that sounds weird, but literally your bare minimum is enough. It really is. You know what I mean? You're given too much and no one gives a shit. Whereas you take a step back and you give something special, people are going to grab onto that. You know what I mean? And isn't it better to give quality over quantity? It really is. You can put more heart into something when you let go of the outcome. And letting go of the outcome is so important. We're so fixated on the end destination. You cannot enjoy the end unless you enjoy the journey. You have to get happy within yourself before you can get happy with anything outside of you. You know what I mean? So if we're continuously trying to be somewhere else, we're never going to be happy even when we get there, because we're not happy along the way. And the only way to be happy with life is surrender to it. The only way to attract that love is to surrender to it. Surrender to the fact that life is out of your control. Yes, we can take steps towards things, but inevitably things change. Things, divert. We're redirected all the time. Let it go. Let's surrender to it. Go with the flow. And I love that. Like, when I'm redirected, like, the new path is always fucking pretty, more pretty or more beautiful or more exciting or more adventurous. That new path, like, you think something is ending in your life and you're like, oh no. And then it's like, hold on now. Something closes so something else can open. So always be mindful of that as well. When you let go of the fact that, especially let go of the fucking thing that's, there's another thing. We grab onto the past so tightly. Something's changing. It's like, I don't want to leave the past. Let the past go. You're being redirected for a reason. And that reason is magical. You know what I mean? So when we let go of things that don't serve us anymore, we can open up to bigger things. So surrender to things that are changing as well. That's a big one as well. If something changes, I know change is hard, but it's also fucking amazing. Do you know what I mean? The life you were living isn't for you anymore, and you're getting a new opportunity to try something different. So every time you might hit a brick wall or you're redirected somewhere, go with the flow. Literally go with it. And I promise you, there's such magic to be found when you literally go with the flow. I'm going to keep saying that. Just go with the energy of life. Go with where life is going. Go with where your guidance is bringing you. Go with where the universe is guiding you. Just go with all of it. You know what I mean? And let yourself sit back and be propelled forward, in a sense, guided forward, carried forward. You know what I mean? Instead of walking up the mountain, you can get a lift up. Do you know what I mean? Get one of those lifts up, you'll be fine. You know what I mean? If you, it's like the whole analogy of, like, you're trying to go through this brick wall with your fucking head. You're going to get a headache, but if you step back, you're going to see the fucking door. Do you know what I mean? So take a step back, surrender to life's flow, and literally everything that you ever want is going to come to you more easily if you just surrender to it. Stop pushing and stop fighting against it. Be more flexible and literally just accept everything as it is. Because there's such a sense of fucking peace when you literally let it all go. There's no more tension. You know what I mean? There's no more tension. You know what I mean? So be kind to yourself. Less is definitely so much more. And flexibility and, surrender is the only way that you will actually manifest everything without a struggle. So thank you so much for listening today. And I really hope this resonates. If it does, please like and share, and please subscribe to my channel so I can reach as many people as possible. And if you'd like help on your journey, please book me for a free discovery call today, and I'd love nothing more than to help you in your path. Also, I'm hosting Feminine Empowerment Workshop on the 15th of October at 6 p.m. Ireland UK time for women to come together, heal, connect and share and grow together effectively. If you want information about that, please comment below. And I also have another channel called Aligning with Angie, where I'll be sharing a guided meditation every week. The information for that is in the description box.